Today, we're going to talk about Apex Trader Funding, everything you need to know about Apex 3.0. Now, over the weekend, John did an interview with Canadian Futures, and I want to break down and show you guys what some of the rules are. Now, there have been some changes, so if you watch the 3-hour-long interview over the weekend, I'm going to break it down and show you exactly what you need to know about the new changes. Now, during the interview, they went through a lot of things, why the changes are taking place, what's allowed, what's not allowed, and all the fun stuff. Now, one of the things, if you want to call Apex a scam, one of the things you might want to go back and watch this video is a new tool that will show the exact trades where you place them, which will show exactly how much drawdown you have taken on any particular trade. Now, let's talk about Apex 3.0. Number one, no more payout period. So in the past, we could request payouts twice per month, the 1st through the 5th, then the 15th through the 20th. However, starting November 1st, that is no longer a thing. We also no longer have to trade for 10 days. We only need 8 trading days. Right there, that's 2 changes that are going to benefit the trader. Now, the next change is payout teams speeding up the process. I got to be honest with you, the latest payouts from Apex have been absolutely fast. Then we have the 30% consistency rule. If you want to learn more about the consistency rule, I have a complete video right up here in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Now, we also have no more flipping rules. So no longer do we have to worry about, is this considered flipping or not? Am I just trying to get a quick day count with a micro or something like that? We no longer have to worry about that. All right, so now we're going to start getting into some rules that traders are not going to be so happy with. The first one being a safety net requirement. Now, let's talk about what the safety net requirement is. It's essentially, and we're going to be talking about the 50K account size in this example, and the safety net is going to be your trailing drawdown plus $100. So in the 50K account, you must make $2,600, which is what you used to have to make to be able to request a payout. Now, the reason Apex is doing that is because over 80% of traders, once they make $2,600, they take $2,000 out, boom, they blow their account up the very next day. So this will help you be able to keep the account a little bit longer. I know a lot of people are not going to like that, but it is what it is. A lot of other prop firms have that very same rule. So what that means is, in order to request a payout, keep in mind, if you can request $500 of payout, you're now going to have $3,100 in the account to request a payout, or at least that's the way I thought the rule is going to be. However, they have bent on that rule a bit, and they're saying now that we can actually draw $500 into that safety net requirement. So if you have the account at $2,600, it'll be acceptable to request $500 from the account, essentially leaving you with $2,000 of drawdown, which again will help you stay around to fight another day. Now, another rule that traders may not like is going to be the scaling play. And this means that once you're in the PA account, you can only trade half your contract size. So in the 50K account, we can see that off the rip, they give us 10 contracts that we're allowed to trade. However, when you first get your PA account, you're only going to be allowed to trade 50% of those contracts until you build up to the buffer. Now, this is going to stop some of the scammers and schemers, and a lot of other prop firms have scaling plans. Now, one thing that they did say is if you go over by one contract and you close it out, no big deal if it's unintentional. Now, if you're doing it every single day, that is going to be a problem. So again, let's try to abide and not try to skirt the rules and find ways around it. Now, the next rule is going to be the risk to reward. Now, before they said, they don't want our losses to be more than 4 times our winning trade. Now they've bumped it up. So we can lose, on an example, we can lose $100 when we're trying to make $20. I think that's, reasonable. I don't see a problem with that. Now, the one rule that I did have when I watched that video over the weekend was right here. 30% of your starting profits can't be risked on one trade. And the example they gave was if you have $10,000 of profit to start the day off, you can't have any one trade draw down more than $3,000. And the question I had in my head was, what if you only have $100 of profit? Then that means you can only risk $30. However, that's not the case. If you scroll right up here on the FAQ section, you'll see it right here, rule clarification in Apex Edge. And what that is going on to say is essentially, let's say in this example, let's say we only had $100 of profit. This is what I was talking about before. I was under the impression I would only be able to risk $30 per trade. However, what they're saying is as long as your account is below $2,500, then you're allowed to risk up to $750 on any one trade. And again, I agree with that. That's fine. I don't have a problem with it. When I had a problem was thinking that, well, what if you only had $100 of profit? Or what if you had $200 of profit? You can only risk $60. No, by default, the lowest the number will go will be your drawdown amount times 30%. So in the 50K account, you have a drawdown of $2,500. So that just means don't have any trade go against you more than $750. Now, in the case, let's say you've had $4,000 of profit built up in that account, then you don't want any one trade to go more than $1,200 against you. So again, at first it seemed a little bit complicated, but then when I understand what they were trying to accomplish, I have no problems with that rule whatsoever. Now, the next one, this has already been in the rules, inconsistent contract sizing clarification. And they said, if you're trading one micro, then you trade one mini, there's not going to be a problem. What they're trying to stop is windfall days. And I can tell you from my own experience, even in the past, I've had, trades where I placed 1 or 2 micros, I placed 1 or 2 minis. I've never had any problems with getting a payout denied for that type of action. Now, for the next rule change, before you used to not be able to withdraw 100% of your profits until the 4th month. Now, after 6 withdrawals, you can then request 100% of your payouts. Now, I remind everybody, Apex right now is having an 80% sale off all their valuation accounts, passed in as little as 1 day. $85 activation fee across all account sizes. And on the larger account sizes, after the discount is applied, you can get those accounts for $50 after the discount. To take advantage of this offer, use promo code Mike at checkout. Also, remember, promo code Mike will always get you the best deal with Apex. If you want an in-depth understanding of what the 30% consistency rule is with Apex, make sure to check out this video right here.